Hello, friends, and thank you for tuning into the Gorgeous Gray Movement YouTube channel. I am here with a special guest all the way from Mexico, Carla. Thank you and welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I've been following her for a while. Look at her hair. Oh my goodness. Talk about inspiration. If you women are sitting on the fence, your hair could look like her hair. You just have to be patient, right? And the cool thing is we just don't know what your hair will look like until you dive in and figure it out. A couple of things about Carla. You can find her on Instagram. She has a huge following. I think you're just close to hitting that 70,000 mark. So there's a lot of women and probably some men that are following this beautiful woman. So you can find her at Silver Girl, and then MX, of course, stands for Mexico. And she lives in Mexico, and she's a mama bear. She's a wife. And of course, she's a silver hair advocate, and you will see the beautiful digital content that she does create. And of course, a lot of companies are after her for endorsements for what she stands for. And I know that you were just talking of how very picky you are, because it has to be the right thing for you to use. And, so follow her and find out what her favorites are through Instagram. But Carla, thank you for being here. I'm going to dive into the first question. And the first question that we always have with women, Carla, why did you go gray, silver? Why did you let your natural hair color come in? Because obviously, you have been silver for a while, because that does not happen overnight.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's dive into that question. Why the heck did you say yes in a world where we're supposed to hide our natural hair color?
I was completely tired of dyeing my hair it had to be every 15 days, because it would start to show. But even on the third day of coloring, you could start seeing like the silvers here. So it was going crazy. It was itchy. My head was itchy all the time, and my hair was dull, lifeless. It wouldn't grow like long, even though if I tried to, it would break. I was losing a lot of hair, and I was completely tired of that. So I started like looking for inspiration in other women, and obviously I wanted to see younger women to imagine myself how would look with my natural hair, even though I really didn't know how it was going to grow out to. I mean, you can see just like the roots on the front and the sides, and you can imagine how it looks like, but you never know how it's going to be. I remember asking my husband at the beginning, like, please, can you take a picture of the back? I want to see how it looks. So that was basically it. I was really, really tired of the keeping up with my colored hair and the dullness of my hair. So I found the courage to do it and try it. And my thinking was always like, if you don't like it, you can always go back to coloring.
I love that. So at what age did you decide to ditch the dye? How
I,
old were you?
I was 42.
42. Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
Because that's a big question that women have. Well, it looks good on you because of, your age, or you're
I
over
know.
50, but you started at 42. So talk to the wonderful women that are going to watch this is what was your transition and how did you manage through it? Because like your hair, I don't think the viewers can see how far down it
No,
goes, but it goes
I
down
know. It's like
to, yeah, it's
really,
long,
really
right?
long.
It's
Yeah.
really long. So yeah, let's go through your transition journey and how long it took you to get to where you are today.
Yes, what I thought was because I had naturally dark hair, I used to dye it darker, like not completely black, but pretty dark. So I was really scared of the transition and looking like the white side and the dark side. So I went to a professional to do a bleaching, and I wanted my hair gray like instantly, like I think we all do. And she, even though she's an expert and one of the best ones in Mexico, she decided like, okay, let's do it, let's try it. And during the process that took like the whole day, my hair couldn't resist it, and it broke. So I ended up with my hair here. So I came out with a yellow horrible color. She wouldn't do anything more and told me like, you have to wait 1 week so we can do another thing. Don't wash it, don't do anything. So it was a really difficult process and an expensive one too. So the next week she tried to do another small bleach, and my hair was gray, and it lasted 3 days gray. I mean, trying to achieve gray is not easy. It's it fades, it goes to yellow again. So my hair was like extremely, extremely damaged. I couldn't do anything because it would like even smell like burn if I tried to use any heat tools. So it was like a difficult process. There's no shortcut to growing out your gray hair. So what I did was I started to grow and then cut, grow and cut, grow and cut until I think it took almost a year in order for me to have it here, like completely natural. So it takes a long, and from that to the long, I think it takes another two. So it's two for transition and two more for growth. Although
Mm.
it's not as long as I have it, it was really long. When I started my account, it was the beginning and it was already long. But then after growing the account, I started to grow a little bit more my hair, but I think this is the longest I will have it. Like sometimes I want to cut it, and sometimes it's like, no, let's enjoy it a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I mean, I love pixie cuts on women. I love, I mean, different lengths and the different styles that happen. I love long. I love just that, whatever you feel great in, go for it, right? So
Yeah,
I know for me, I kind of went through the same journey as you, Carla. Um, but I was warned, there was a beauty blogger that I followed, and she ended up wanting to do exactly what you did. And she had long, long hair, and she lost half of it. She had her video and she had clumps of her hair. And
the
she said,
same thing.
don't do this. Please don't do it. And so when I took it to my hairdresser, she's like, oh, we can't do this overnight. This is going to take maybe 6 to 10 months for us to slowly, because I was probably dark like you, right? I see our eyebrows, right? Dark
Yes.
eyebrows to match our dark hair. And so same thing. It took me about 10 months to that last appointment where I sat in a chair for 7.5 hours to do all of that stuff. And yeah, within a week it started to fade. And I was like, I just spent all this money. She never
Exactly.
warned me that it was going to fade. And then I'm like, the whole point of me going through this was not to have to see my hairdresser every 2 to 3 weeks. And I was like, I have to see you every week.
It's exactly like there's no shortcut.
No, no. So people ask me all the time, would you do it differently? So there's my question to you, Carla. Would you do it differently if you had a choice to start all over?
I think I would probably start like toning down my hair to a lighter color and then just grow it.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
I think right now it's more easier to be outside and have the roots and the declamation line that everybody talks about. I think it's more natural now to see it. I mean, 6 years ago, at least in Mexico, there were no one letting their gray hair grow. Like people would look at me and they wouldn't be like negative, but their faces, you can tell, they were like, what are you doing? Why do you want to do that to your hair? And it will probably make you look older. And even though they don't want to hurt you,
Mhm.
is what society has taught us that gray hair is only for old ladies. And now they all say like, no, you were right, like you have beautiful hair. And the most common thing I get is like, well, it good looks on you. And I'm always like, well, you don't know how it's going to look on you. I mean, you have to try. But yeah, I think I would try a different approach just for my hair to be a little bit healthier than what it happened. Like it was completely horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I love women who are brave enough to just go cold turkey and have the white
Yes.
and then the black. And that, that I know that transition is a little bit hard. But yeah, oh my goodness. So what are some of the benefits that you have found going to this beautiful color?
Well, now my hair is fuller. I have more hair than I used to. It doesn't fall as much as it's used to because I mean we all lose hair because there is a life for our hair now, and I don't lose as much hair as I used to when I used to colored it. Uh, the softness of the hair, and it's like you return to the hair you had when you were a kid, just another color. That's what I always say. Like my hair is really really soft. This is my natural like straight hair. I tried not to do much to it, although I love, curling. I try not to do it as often to keep it healthy. So that's the thing, like having, again, coming out of the shower and just let your hair air dry. I would never been able to do that when I was coloring, and it's something I can do now.
That's amazing. And I think that's just so great for women to hear because oftentimes, again, they don't think about the healthy hair that comes with it. I know when I was going through that stage where I had all of these crazy little like hairs. And I said,
Uh-huh.
oh my gosh, like what's happening? She goes, Nicole, that's all new growth. That's not breakage. I thought
Exactly.
it was breakage. She goes, your hair is getting like, she goes, you think you have thick hair now? Just wait. You're going to have thicker hair. And it's
Yes.
true. I'm getting always new growth
Oh, me
around
too.
here. You too?
And I
Like
let
growth
them like be free.
like just crazy, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, for women, like the health that you get, like my hair grows so fast. I just got my hair cut like 4 months ago, like to like, a sleek cut like that. And it's like just in 4 months, it's like it grows so fast. It's
It
so
grows fast.
thick. And
It
I
does grow
just
faster.
right faster with
Yes.
all of the chemicals that we're doing to it. So yeah, so that's great. And so as you move forward and women are looking at you now, what advice do you give women when they are, sitting on the fence and they're thinking about it, but they're not sure? What's kind of your advice as a mentor that has gone before them?
I think that if you are already considering, you have this urge to do it. So I always say, like, do it, just try it. If you don't like it, you can always go back. I mean, it's going to take just a couple of months to start to see how it works. And probably on the 3 first months are the most difficult ones because you don't see much progress. But once you get like a bit of a growth and you feel your hair, you feel like you want to go for it, and you go for another month and then another, and when you realize it, you're already done. I mean, I know it is a long journey. It takes a lot of time, but it's a time when you learn to love yourself again. You learn to love your image and how you look, and you get brave and don't care what others think, because it's something you're doing for yourself. I think it's one of the few things we do for ourselves without bothering what others think. So
Mm.
just like go for it.
I love that advice. And as we close off, did you change your clothes, your fashion, your colors? Did that change for
Yeah,
you? Yeah.
totally. Now I use, I mean, today I'm in black, but usually, and now I wear like bright pink or colors I would never do before because it didn't look good with my skin. Now I find that even, makeup has changed. Now I can use different colors and I can go with pastels and bright colors. So your color scheme on clothing, accessories, and makeup, it's open to much, much more, diversity. So that's
Oh,
great.
I love that. Well, how fun is that for us too? It's almost like our front half we played with, a different image and look, and now our back half we get to repeat and give birth to a whole new us, right? Like
Yes,
that's what it
exactly.
is. I would have never worn a color like this, bright blue.
And
My
it
daughter's
and it
like, "Oh
looks
my
great.
gosh,
Yes.
I love that color on you." And I've been doing bright greens and bright pinks like you, and yeah, it's fun. It's almost like it brings the childlike in you. We're going back
Exactly.
to rebirth and saying, this is who I am, this is me. And then I don't know, I feel more childlike. Is that crazy?
No, and I also think that we get braver, and we
Mm,
really embrace who we are. It's like I always say, it's empowering.
yeah.
It- Although all those months it takes for you to grow your hair is part of a process of loving yourself and knowing that you can do whatever you want. And
Yeah.
also, like, it comes in an age where we are more confident in our own skin. So we realize that time is going by, and if you don't enjoy the moment, it's not going to return.
Yeah.
So I think that also is a big thing that plays in this journey of growing and being confident in who we are and what we do and what we want to enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, such great words. I could talk to you for another half hour about this subject. I just want to thank you for tuning in from Mexico to be with me today. I just loved your story. I loved your journey. I loved your, words of advice. And if you guys are inspired by her story, again, you can follow her on Instagram, Silver Girl MX, and get inspired by, what she's up to. And, I always say that when we're going through a transition like this, we need mentors. So this can be one of your mentors to lean into and be courageous. So thank you again, Carla, for tuning in. You guys have a great day, everyone. Thanks for tuning into the Gorgeous Grey Movement on YouTube channel. And if you like more of these stories, make sure that you just subscribe to hear more of our Silver Sister stories tuned in from all over the world. Thank you, everybody. Good afternoon.